Twitter just published the algorithm that they use for recommending tweets. They posted this blog post here that goes into the details of how the algorithm works. They have like a whole diagram and everything, and a pretty good explanation of how the algorithm functions and the different factors that they use in order to determine which tweets to put on your Twitter page. However, there's a little bit of drama here. So Elon Musk originally promised to open source the algorithm on February 21st of this year, which was almost a month ago. Which he promised it would be next week. A month is a bit more than a week, but I'll let it slide. It's not as bad as the full self-driving by 2016. I gotta give it to him. Better late than never. And here it is. It's a GitHub repository that has all of the code for the recommendation algorithm. And you'll notice it only has 3 commits. That's because the whole implementation is squashed down into this one commit, and then there's just this random fix in the middle. And we'll talk about this other one later. But yeah, there were some slightly sussy things that people immediately noticed in the code that was released. So in this file over here, which seems to contain some kind of some information for logging certain types of tweets, all the way near the bottom, they have this: author is Elon, which means that yes, the big man himself was officially getting some kind of special treatment. So if you've been seeing his tweets pop up in your feed more than usual, well, perhaps there's a reason for it, and looks like the code for it is in here somewhere. There are some other categories here that are a little bit sus, but I'll talk about those later. Another kind of interesting piece of text that was found in here is the NSFW filter that they're using in order to train the models that they use for filtering NSFW content. I just thought this one was pretty funny. All the way down here. Oof, look at that. Now that's some spicy content right there. Anyway, now that this is public, of course anyone can open pull requests and issues and just generally contribute to this code. After all, that's sort of the nature of open source, right? Is that it's out there in the open and people can contribute to it what they want. Unfortunately, given Elon's reputation and given all the things surrounding him, the pull requests and all the contributions aren't exactly very productive, as you can see. Let's just go through some of the more interesting ones. Oof, yeah, very professional and definitely necessary contribution right here. Of course, it's approved by all these people. Yep, top priority. Definitely need to merge this right away. Fix better recommendations on timeline. Let's see what this one changed. Ah, yes. Okay. So it takes any verified tweeters and makes their tweets not appear. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Sounds like a great change for the better. I say that unironically. Yeah, production ready, of course, good to go. Let's merge this in right away. Can someone donate me 1 ETH? So here we have an entrepreneur trying to make the best of the situation. If any of you wish to give them money for this, there you go. There's the address. Please send it over there. Full disclosure, this is not me. I have no idea who this is. You might just be sending your money to some kind of cyber criminal. But given Elon's pumping and even dumping, you might say, this seems like it fits right in with all that. Oh, of course, yeah. The most important issue with the Twitter codebase is that girls don't reply to DMs. Women's profiles don't answer when I text them. Please fix this problem. Twitter, they really need to get right on this. The algorithm just doesn't handle this well enough. Someone needs to fix this immediately. For real, though, there are a lot of issues here that are just kind of memeing it up and just slowing down development, and is honestly just spam. I mean, the Rust community is, of course, here in full force as well. I've got about 15 or so issues here to rewrite the entire thing in Rust. Rewrite it in C++ to make it memory safe. Of course, that's the number one approach. Rewrite in assembly even. You got to get that performance. Someone here is actually trying to be helpful, but I think at this point they're just adding to the spam. Yeah, rewrite it in C++, of course. And oh boy, a new copy pasta just dropped. Wake up, babe. This is probably not a new copy pasta, but yeah, as you can see, these are all very serious requests to rewrite everything in Rust. And this dude's just using the pull requests to share pictures of his cat. You know what? Maybe Twitter wasn't the social network that we needed. Maybe GitHub was the social media all along, and we've been blind to this fact. We've been using it incorrectly. Maybe this guy has the right idea. Who knows? But yeah, some of these are just kind of going a bit too far. Like, come on, really? Really, dude? Like, we like memes around here, but you gotta draw a line somewhere, and I think this is quite obviously past that line. And yeah, I mean, just look at the sheer number of issues here. We're up to over 700 at this point. That's just a lot of spam for people to take care of. You got people asking to rewrite it in Rust, how to make a sandwich, Arch Linux, don't follow this guy on Twitter. Someone asking for support for old hardware, of course, rewrite it in Holy C for simplicity. Sir, please do the needful. All very serious contributions to this important software project. But if you go through some of these issues that were closed, who are they closed by? JDM Twitter. Who is this? It looks like it's James from Twitter. Shout out to James. Elon, if you're watching this person's actually doing real work. They are going through all these issues, having to close almost 700 meme tier issues, and they're actually going through it. So yeah, Elon, please give this guy a raise. They're, actually doing real work over here. And I mentioned some slightly sussy things that were also in this file that was added in the original commit. So, of course, the author is Elon thing. That's, whatever. That's just Elon being Elon. But author is Democrat and author is Republican. So they're specifically collecting analytics about tweets made by Democrats and Republicans, which seems a little bit strange. Why exactly are they doing that? Somewhere up here there was another mention of it has U.S. political annotation. So it looks like they are trying to do some kind of analysis on tweets to make sure that, well, at least what they're saying is they're using this to make sure that no changes that they make unfairly impact a certain group of people. In practice, though, that does give them the power to choose how certain changes impact certain groups of tweeters. So Democrats or Republicans, in theory, they could boost tweets that are by Democrats and lower those by Republicans, or the other way around. You never know. But it is kind of scary to think that they have that kind of power. And until now, all of this was hidden. Some people suspected it. Conservatives for a while have been saying that all Twitter is, all these social media companies, all these big tech companies are out to get them. And Democrats are saying, no, that's not what's happening here. And, I'm not going to debate who's wrong and who's right in that, because, to be honest, I'm not 100% sure either. But, yes, Remember that tweet that not that tweet, that commit I mentioned earlier? They pretty quickly backtracked on having some of this stat collection code, as they're calling it, that collects information about certain types of tweets. And they removed it pretty quickly. So if we go through all this spam, yeah, as you can see, the author is Elon is gone. They're removing all this tracking for specific political affiliations and that sort of thing. There's also some kind of fourth tracking group here, which people are speculating about what this is, and no one's confirmed it yet, but we have Democrats, Republicans, Elon, and Vits. No one really knows what Vits is. Down here we have something pretty funny as well, is they just had these these variables that are, or rather these values that are just constant strings for, whatever internal reason. And yeah, they removed the Elon value. No, not the Elon variable. Anything but the Elon variable. Bro had his own fucking variable. Yeah, it looks like they're removing that, and of course the Vits as well. So here's Twitter's explanation for why these filters exist. These author ID lists are used purely for metrics collection. We track how often we are serving tweets from these authors and how often their tweets are being impressed by users. This helps us validate in our A/B experimentation platform that we do not ship changes that negatively impact one group over others. Which is interesting to say the least. I guess they want each one of those groups to be equally represented in terms of the changes that they make. So, if a certain group, for example, had 30% of the tweets, and then Twitter makes some change, then after that, they still want that group to have 30%, for example. I'm just making those numbers up, but you get the idea. But yeah, this is a very eventful open sourcing, shall we say. Kind of reminds me of the NVIDIA drivers that were open sourced a while ago, and people just used that as a platform for shit posting. I think GitHub actually had to develop some tools in order to prevent that kind of spam. But it looks like whatever they developed hasn't been activated yet, and will probably be activated in the future. I imagine all of these 700 issues, poor James won't have to go through and manually close each one. I imagine they'll have some kind of automated spam filter tool set up pretty soon. But for now, it's just full of memes. Yep, that's really all that's going on here. So that's it. That's Twitter's code base for the algorithm being open sourced.